What if some of the best TV shows were canceled not because they didn't get enough viewers, but because of scams and trouble that rocked their foundations? These top 10 shows were on track to be great until scandal changed everything. They had shocking reveals and drama behind the scenes. What happened behind the scenes of the popular show that couldn't avoid the fallout? Stay tuned because we're about to talk about the best shows that were wrecked by scandal. Number 10. Arrested Development. It should come as no surprise that this program was regarded as one of the best of the 2000s given the irreverent humor it featured and the excellent ensemble it featured. Because of its one-of-a-kind sense of humor, Arrested Development has garnered a devoted fan base, and the Bluth family's complete dysfunction has contributed to the creation of a number of well-referenced moments in popular culture. Fans, on the other hand, were shocked when it was revealed that Jeffrey Tambor had bullied Jessica Walter to the point of tears, with their co-stars backing him. When people found out that the poisonous behavior remained in real life, they began to reevaluate the show as a whole, despite the fact that it was entertaining on camera. There was discontent among the fan base as a result of this incident, which was not helped by the fact that the 2018 resurrection garnered reviews that were considered to be somewhat neutral. The show's once high level of respect depleted in a short amount of time, which ultimately led to its demise with a whimper. Number 9. Empire. It is not an easy task to achieve the ideal equilibrium between musical skill and dramatic expression. The movie Empire was able to straddle the line, with both aspects contributing to the film's success and gaining a huge audience. Supporters were kept interested from the very beginning to the very end thanks to the outstanding performance and consistent character development, which also helped to establish the show as one of the most unique works that Fox has ever produced. After Jussie Smollett made headlines across the country for lying about being attacked in a hate crime, that potential legacy was put on hold. After being overshadowed by the plot, Empire was pushed to the background in the midst of the chaotic drama. After his subsequent dismissal, the show had a difficult time regaining its footing, which resulted in one of the most intriguing ideas of the 2010s coming to a frustrating and disappointing conclusion. Number 8. Louie. When you see a comedian perform outside of their performances on stage, it is almost like looking into their head. The television series Louie, which is about an inflated version of Louis C.K.'s life, was a way for him to explore this idea. It was a hit because he used self-deprecating humor, which made people laugh out loud while also providing an insight into his genuine personality. All of that changed once a number of women came out to discuss the unpleasant experiences they had with those individuals. Despite the fact that he apologized, the enchantment had been lost. Bits that were formerly charmingly edgy were suddenly viewed through a much darker lens, which made it much more difficult to empathize with CK's fictionalized self. Many viewers were unable to differentiate between Louie and the comedian's real life due to the intimate relationships that existed between the two, which effectively brought a stop to the plaudits that the show had first garnered. Number 7. ICarly. During the latter part of the 2000s and the early 2010s, Nickelodeon had a strong influence on the younger generation. This is not an exaggeration. By capitalizing on the rapidly developing social media era and generating humor that connected with people of a wide variety of ages, television shows such as iCarly were able to engage young people. In spite of the fact that the peculiar comedy was dismissed as being arbitrary, claims made against the inventor Dan Schneider have now put them in a more unsettling light overall. Quiet on Set, a documentary series that was released in 2024, was the source of these allegations. Furthermore, the insinuations that Janet McCurdy has made about Schneider from the perspective of her career have made it difficult to rewatch both iCarly and Sam and Cat, which are two of the series in which Schneider has appeared. It is a worrying reminder of the absence of protection for young performers that what was previously believed to be a golden era for Nickelodeon is now a disturbing reminder. Number 6. Rick and Morty. Even though it has only been on the air for a little more than a decade, Rick and Morty has made an indelible impression on the world of adult animation. There is little doubt that the show's influence has been felt throughout the business, as seen by the wild adventures and the colorful look. The seamless combination of snarky, lowbrow comedy and genuine, hard-hitting moments contributed to the creation of a sophisticated program that captivated audiences all over the world. In the beginning of 2023, all of this was brought into question as a number of allegations were made against Justin Roiland, who was both one of the creators and one of the stars of the show. Due to the fact that Roiland was highly involved in both the voice acting and the creative decisions, the entire program was impacted. Despite the fact that he was replaced, the issue continued to be fresh in the minds of the viewers, which appeared to have the potential to produce a terrible effect on the 7th season. Number 5. That 70s Show. A series that condenses feelings of nostalgia and positive energy into a single package who could ask for anything more. It didn't take long for That 70s Show to become a fan favorite, since it was like a time capsule that transported viewers back to simpler times. Its success in becoming a mainstay of the 2000s can be attributed to the likable characters and the stories that warm the heart. The fact that Danny Masterson was charged of committing a criminal and ultimately found guilty of those charges brought an end to that charade. A number of other cast members gave character witnesses after his punishment, despite the fact that it was possible to disregard the behavior of a single rotten apple. This was the final nail in the coffin, exposing that the group of people from whom viewers had previously perceived them to be wholesome pals were, in fact, anything but. Its reputation, which had been bright and sparkling in the past, was entirely tarnished, casting a permanent black mark on its once bright and shining image. Number 4. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There aren't many franchises that can say they've been the subject of multiple academic discussions and a treasured component of nerd culture at the same time. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was able to successfully combine explosive action with more profound ideas, which resulted in the show reaching a far larger audience. This resulted in the creation of an entire universe, which included the similarly acclaimed Angel. Additionally, it was highly regarded as a feminist and progressive work due to the fact that it had a well-developed female lead and pioneering representation of LGBTQ+ individuals. In the end, those assumptions were called into question when women who had appeared in both programs and said that the creator, Joss Whedon, had been mistreating them behind the scenes came forward with their allegations. This news had a significant impact on the show's earlier influence, converting it from a piece that was actually empowering into one that was much more deceptive. Number 3. Roseanne. The ability of a good sitcom to make people laugh regardless of their demography, even if they are not the intended audience, is impressive. That is exactly what Roseanne was. It provided a humorous yet realistic look into families belonging to the working class, with plot lines that were applicable to the audience and charismatic main performers. A great number of people regarded it as the most comfortable watch possible. Following the publication of an unpleasant and racial comment made by Roseanne Barr regarding a former White House senior advisor, this quickly started to change. Consistent backers couldn't help but feel as though they had been misled. They had a difficult time viewing her as the strict yet loving matriarch of the Connor family because she had seemingly revealed her actual personality, who was someone they had believed to be an icon from their childhood. Her actions cast a shadow over the series that it was unable to shake off despite the fact that she was deleted from the project and the name of the project was changed. Number 2. House of Cards. It is possible for a well-made political drama to keep viewers on the edge of their seats even if they are not particularly knowledgeable about politics when they see it. There was no other show that did a better job of depicting the sleazy side of politics than House of Cards. A combination of the tough subjects and the award-winning performances contributed to the show's rise to prominence as one of the most lauded programs on Netflix. More specifically, Kevin Spacey received praise for his performance as Frank Underwood, the multifaceted protagonist of the film. His reputation and the drama both went up in flames as a result of an alarming remark that was made by another performer during the drama. In a short amount of time, he was terminated and the attention shifted to the secondary major character. The fact that the final season was met with a lackluster reaction is evidence that many people believed the show had suffered irreparable damage. Number 1. The Cosby Show. There is no more infamous example than this one when it comes to the process of building and dishonoring a legacy. It was a game changer for the entertainment business when The Cosby Show was first broadcast. As a result of its unapologetic portrayal of a financially successful and happy black family, which was unheard of at the time, it assisted in breaking various negative stereotypes while it was on the air. Due to the enormous level of respect that he received, Bill Cosby was given the honorary title of America's Dad. This delusion was shattered when a large number of women accused him of assaulting them and came out to make their claims. The clean reputations of both him and the production were damaged as a result of these claims and the subsequent cases. There was a significant blowback, with comments that appeared to be lighthearted now coming off as much more sinister. Considering that a number of networks have removed it from their lineups, it is possible that the once uplifting sitcom may never regain the support it once had. Want to know the scandals that derailed your favorite shows? Subscribe now and uncover the controversies that brought these TV giants down.